Hey everybody, and welcome to a slightly different Let's Play. This is Scratch's Director's Cut, as you can see. Now, I've already finished this game twice. I finished the original Scratch's, which wasn't Director's Cut, a long time ago, not a long time ago, but a decent while ago. And then I got this game and finished it over again, as well as the last visit, which is the second adventure. Now, so this is going to be more of a let's play slash walkthrough. I pretty much remember what to do. I might have sometimes I'm a little confused and have to remember, but for the most part, it should be straightforward. And before we get into it, let me say some things about this game on a personal level for me. It didn't get great reviews, but I think it's a great game. I think it's a real nod to the classic adventure style. It's got a lot of great music. The atmosphere is quite haunting, and I really thoroughly enjoyed it. Again, like I said, it didn't get great reviews, but from what I've seen, I think there's people that reviewed it negatively really missed the point of it. I mean, a lot of games today that get great reviews are rehashed versions of games that have been released a million times before with a couple new things added. But I found this game to be original and unique, and I loved it. And with that said, let's just jump right in. Which game do you want to play? Let's play the original game first.
I arrived at Blackwood Manor one cold Saturday morning amidst a thick veil of fog. The weather didn't look good, and there was an unnatural calm surrounding the area, yet I soon became entangled with the place.
The cloudy sky around me seemed rather unsettling and almost made me lose my balance. I felt a curious urge to run for shelter, and my new home in the distance seemed very inviting. I'm going to read those just in case the text is too small for the viewers to read, because sometimes it is. One reason I'm doing this Let's Play is, like I said, I love the game. I think it's highly underrated, and I'm just trying to get the word out there. Usually I want to do something that I've beaten before and I know how to get through, but this is an exception. Let's make sure the first thing we do is to get into the glove box of your car and grab the key. Can't get in the house if you don't have a key. Check out this over here. There was no way I can open it with my bare hands, so you obviously need some kind of key. Let's explore the grounds a bit before we go to the house, even though there's nothing we can really do, because everything else is locked up. Let's go this way first. This leads to the chapel. Uh-oh, it's locked. Massive double doors leading to the interior of the chapel were locked. I may not read every little thing like that, because I mean, I'm sure even if you can't read it, you can understand that it's locked or what's going on. Go this way. And this leads to the greenhouse. And it's not locked, but the door's rusted shut. This is the only thing, if I can find my way, to me it's a bit confusing about the game, is there's a way back to the house and a way back to the, back to this, water hole. Yeah. It's the only time that I found myself, getting somewhat lost. I've been stuck before, but not lost. There we go, we're back at the house. So we've explored the grounds at the front of the house, and now we gotta go in. Of course it's locked, so you get right click to get the inventory. That's your car key, you don't need that. There's the house key, I believe. Could be wrong, but I'm almost positive I'm right. With very little effort, the key unlocked the front door. Two things here. The way the doors open, like you just saw, is a really awesome effect. I think the first time I ever saw anything like that was in Resident Evil, but I think they did really well with this game in it too. And one more shit phone. I gotta get the phone. Hold on.
Hello?
Michael, it's me.
Hey, Jerry. It's good to hear your voice.
I see that piece of junk you got there is working.
My thoughts exactly. I was afraid it'd fall apart as soon as I laid my fingers on it.
So how did you find everything? Do you like the place?
It's hard to tell yet. I'm very impressed, that's for sure.
You sound odd. Is everything okay?
Yes, it's perfectly fine. It's just that I'm in awe. Pleasantly surprised. This house is like a dream come true.
So you do like it? You got me worried there for 1 second.
I'm telling you, I'm going to turn this place into a factory of horror stories.
Good. You ought to finish that book. I'm rooting for you, mate. You sure everything is in order?
Well, I just got here. Let me have a look around, and I'll get back to you if I find anything strange.
Excellent. I'll talk to you later.
So let's talk about the clock here. Let's go back in the. We're already there. Let's go over here. This clock here, this ticking grandfather clock, I think is really brilliant. Because that droning, ticking sound really gives it another. It really adds to the atmosphere. And some of the conversations later get kind of disturbing. And when things start happening and things start getting like kind of spooky and shit like that, and you're on the phone with somebody talking about it, that ticking in the background really works well. At least I found it to be. And the thing about the clock is, hold on. Let's go over here and look at it closer. It was 9 a.m. What happens is every time you make progress, or certain progress, the time will go up, and that's how you get through your days in the mansion. But one of the things I love is, I mentioned it earlier, this is the music that's playing right now is one of my favorite tracks of the game. It's called The House in Dust. And I love it. Just love it. Let's explore the house while we can. No, I mean, not while we can, but as far as we can is what I meant to say. It was all gibberish to me. So, Michael is the main character of the story, and he is a writer who moves into the mansion to hopefully get some time to write and find some inspiration to write his next story. Uh-oh. Game lagged there for a minute. Alright, well, it seems to be working alright now. I'm hoping that it's not having problems with my recording software. The fireplace had a generous amount of wood in it, and I was relieved to know that I could warm the place up in case it got cold. I am certainly not good at chopping trees. And like I said, I know how to play the game. I've beat it before, so twice for actually. So I know when things come to play for the most part, but like lock stuff and things you have to get and such like that. So don't believe there's anything in any of these. Wait, yes there is. We definitely need that. Old photographs, money, paper. So we did need two things in there. Oops. Cigars and a book. Of course, that's locked. Okay, let's see. I guess I should go ahead and read these. I didn't even forgot to count for this, but that's fine. The construction of the railway bridge is almost complete, and went quite smoothly. It took longer than I expected, yet I wish it would have lasted longer. It will be very sad to leave South Africa. I've become attached to it, its culture, its arts, over the past few months. It's kind of hard for me to read. That I can't help feeling as if it was already a part of me. I was leaning back a little bit, I really couldn't see it. I will surely return someday, soon, hopefully. Although I'm afraid there is a great deal of work to be taken care of back in old Britain, which is where you're in Britain. This is, you can tell by the accents, this is where the story takes place. Fortunately, I have made good friends here who were ecstatic about my new appreciation of their country. They have offered me some wonderful objects as a token of gratitude, which I have already created and got ready to ship, along with many trinkets I bought myself. It looks like I'm about to start a very substantial collection. It's a good thing Catherine agreed to move into our new home, although I fear several renovations will have to be made. This is the home I'm talking about, obviously. Even more if I'm intending to start a serious new hobby. Sorry if I'm running in trouble with some of these words, but I'm not used to reading out loud. It seems I'll have to get back to work. John Patterson has told me some natives are causing trouble, and a very fortunate thing, although I'm secretly rejoicing. February 12th. The natives won't leave. It's not like causing trouble so much as they're unsettling the workers. The only complaint so far has been distraction. They just stand still between the trees staring at us without blinking an eye. I've watched them for a few minutes, and they truly seem like some tenebrous statues. That's what it says. At first it was just annoying, but lately it's become downright creepy. They seem to be stalking us. So it's not like they're hindering the construction, but there is a general uneasy feeling, as if they are about to jump at us at any moment. I think I will hire some protection as a measure of precaution. February 15th. Fascinating! I've been looking into these natives. They live in a nearby village and are a very small group, yet they seem to manage quite well. I had thought of them as a quite an uncivilized tribe, but their movements are calculated, and one can perceive a sense of careful organization in their tasks. Oddly enough, they seem to be very brutish, and their aspect looks awful. Although I couldn't take a good look at their facial features. As I followed one of them completely on my own, and it could have been dangerous getting any closer. Also, the village is poor and very rough, but some of the shacks leapt out at us. Sorry, not good at this. Leapt out as inviting or special. It made me very curious. I will try to come closer tomorrow. February 16th, next day. My second expedition to the village of natives has been foiled by an unsuspected problem at the bridge. I'm afraid it was due to some light miscalculation on my part, an indication that I should be focusing more on the task at hand and put my sudden love for all African things aside for a moment. It was my fault, and I accept it. A few days later, on February 20th, they are at it again, lurking beyond the forest. It's amazing how they have changed our perception of the surroundings. At first, we were delighted by the quiet nature of the place. Now we fear what horrors might be concealed in that dark and foreboding cloak of trees. The tall plume above us, overshadowing the bridge, and strange noises haunt our meals. Even the river, telling ungodly secrets. Who could be, of course, a bit more sensitive towards distractions. But I can't help but feeling the area has, in fact, become more sinister. And yet, I'm still looking forward to satisfying my curiosity about the tribe. Now, I love how the music came back up when I was reading it. Really adds to the atmosphere, as I was saying earlier. February 24th. At least I found something more about the neighboring tribe. This is an incredible finding, and I just can't withhold my excitement. Some elders at the local town happen to know about them, but only through stories they heard. The most surprising thing is the tribe was assumed to be extinct long ago, but according to my vague descriptions, the elders think that we could be dealing with a legend here. Everything they ever learned of them was during their childhood, when the tribe was stalking the town, much the same way they have been stalking us. People used to call them Delam, Dehom, I don't know how to say that. As was such was the sound of screams they heard. So down, maybe they heard echoing through the night. They'd come out on the streets and seen evil glitter atop the hill at the distance. Some would say it was a fire, others the cursed spirit of an ancient god. Whatever it was, they say the bright light amid these fantastic screams was bone-chilling. The macabre scene would suddenly stop just as it had begun out of nowhere, never to be seen again in days to come. Interval between the horrible nights became longer and longer until they soon faded into oblivion. The tribe apparently had retreated back into obscurity until now. They were later known as the Dalmar, by the more scientific name, although none of the people I spoke could possibly remember its origin. I found it extremely surprising that no one has ever heard about this tribe with the exception of a few townspeople. They must be incredibly rare, and judging by the stories passed from generations in the town, very old. February 27th. I will confess that I've become nearly obsessed with this strange tribe. I see them as the most... I'll just cut it off here and do it again later.